Stars of Destiny. After school that day, Spuvok waited until the Crystal School's main corridor had emptied in hopes that he could exit through the main double doors without being noticed. Just as he was about to exit, he spotted outside and recognized Protos and his group of humans who had been harassing him since he started school, and heard them plotting. "Stay ready," said Protos. "The fairy elf will be coming out of the door any moment." Spuvok quickly moved out of sight and groaned to himself, "Looks like I'll be taking the long way home again." Meanwhile, deep in the southeastern area of Eagle's Forest, a great magical force appears, causing a great stirring of wind and catching the attention of some hungry predators. Basilisks. A hunting pack of the fearless hunters picked up the scent of a Fimph and quickly closed in. As the wind died down and a man-sized being appeared, hovering several feet above the ground, saliva dripped from their jaws. The Fimph didn't notice the reptilian hunters, for his mind was solely focused on his objective. "Finally," thought the Fimph, "after all this time, I have traced the sword to this place." The Fimph finally took notice of the basilisks when the hunters couldn't resist the tender morsel in front of them and sprung viciously at him. A little smirk appeared on the Fimph's face as churning streams of fire materialized above one of his palms. Like lightning, he brought his hands together and then spread out his palms towards his attackers. A gale-force wind of fire and fury erupted out from his hands, frying the basilisks to a crisp and defeating them with ease. "Foolish basilisks, always in a hurry to die," he said calmly as he turned away from the slain creatures. "Did they really think they could best me? Ignis Wraithwind? A servant of chaos?" The Fimph shook his head and refocused himself. "Stay calm. Stay focused," he reminded himself and thought. "I must find the sword and once again try to help bring to fruition part of the master plan." But just like the first time, he trailed off into thought. Ignis released his concentration of maintaining his full-size form and shrunk down to his normal Fimph size. Wings, like that of a fairy, magically appeared on his back and whisked him off into the forest. "I have to find a victim," Ignis picked back up into thought. "A naive fool who'd be willing to shed blood with the sword. But first to find the sword, the Deathbringer." After being delayed for a couple of hours, Spuvok finally made it home. Like always, he passed by the front room's main display and decoration that was the pride of his father, and his father's father before him, a great sword. A heavy blade that was the spoil from a great war, the War of Heroes. Spuvok eyed the great weapon as he went by, secretly hoping that someday he'd be able to wield a sword like that. "You're home late again, Spuvok." His mother's words disrupted his thoughts as he entered the kitchen. "Please get your brothers ready for supper." "Yes, mother," Spuvok replied, hiding the troubles of his day behind a straight face. He desired to linger and cause his mother to ask about his day, but noticing his father's presence, he turned to exit the kitchen, since the topic of school was always an uneasy one with him. "And hurry!" chimed his father. "I'm sure you still have some homework to finish." "You have no idea," thought Spuvok, just as he promptly but nonchalantly replied to his father, "Yes, sir." He then continued in thought as he walked away. Best not mention what happened today. Somehow, I'll figure out my problem."